Hey folks, welcome back to the channel where we would talk about police interactions to make sure you know your rights as a citizen and also understand the legal rules for filming in public. We're highlighting some very important cases today. You'll find links to each creator's channel in the video description. Be sure to subscribe to them, watch their others' videos, and don't forget to subscribe to mine as well. Now let's jump into our first video and we'll talk more later.
You need to get out.
No, I don't.
Let's go.
You don't.
Let's go.
Nope. I have the right to be here. As long as I don't interfere with you guys.
Visit us here for more information.
He better not try touching me, I'll tell you that.
Oh, we're not going to touch you, but the police will.
How much you want to bet?
You're in these ladies' office and they don't want you in their office, so...
You're not a cop, don't talk to me.
Yeah, well, the cops are on their way.
All right, good. Oh, police officer, good. Can I speak with you, sir? Could you please inform these people that as long as I don't interfere with them, I have the right to film there? They're stopping the service. They're interfering with my job at this point. So please, Deputy, what's your name? Grand?
Yep.
Deputy Grand, with all due respect, you took
What job are they interfering with? If you don't mind.
I'm working on a big video that's going to be published, and they're stopping the business here to interfere with my job while I'm not interfering with them.
Okay.
So I'm respectfully not filming people or children or anything. I'm working on a video about them. So they need to respect the law and the First Amendment, pretty much.
Just
as long as
hold on. Just don't video inside the bathrooms because that'd be considered
correct.
Video
Yeah.
voyeurism. And you can't have access to the area that the public can have access to in video. However, we're getting allegations now that you're pushing people.
I'm not. I have pushing.
Correct.
Physically, I have not. So there's videos in this place. Whoever said that, sir. And by the way, I've been filming for over 35 minutes.
Okay.
So that's a lie. Whoever made that call, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I said, I'm the why you're going to learn about our rights. And that's why he's here. Unfortunately, he's here. So you can go ahead and say anything you want, but this video is going to be published, and there's thousands of people that are watching our videos. I would never break the law, and I respect more than anything policies in private places. This is if this was a private place, and they tell me you can't film, I'll be more than glad to leave because I don't run a place like that. But you guys respectfully, ma'am. I told you
You just walking
I don't need
in
to.
with a video.
I don't need to. This exactly. That's all.
Unfortunately, he can't.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, officer.
Hear me out.
But
Yeah.
you need to you coming in here for service. Everybody
I don't need
stop.
to. You don't understand what he's saying?
I understand
Okay, so
what
please
you're saying.
let him speak. Don't interfere with his investigation. That's a crime. Give him a break.
The Lakeland Police Department is on their way. They're going to talk to you more in depth. I'm just making sure we don't have a crime here of you pushing anybody. Did
But
you
no,
push anybody?
I did not. No.
Push anybody?
He just threatened
No, I did.
saying that we were going to see what was going to happen. And then
Public buildings are spaces meant for everyone and are usually owned by the government, but how they're managed can vary. Some are straightforward, like libraries or city halls, while others are trickier because they involve private companies or partnerships, like airports. Airports, for example, are generally public since they serve the public and get federal funding, but certain areas, like security checkpoints, are restricted and treated more like private spaces. This matters when it comes to recording videos. In public areas, you're usually allowed to film, but there are rules, especially in sensitive places. You don't need press credentials to record. Your right to film is for everyone, not just journalists. But having credentials can sometimes make things smoother, especially in areas with stricter rules. When police show up while you're recording, the rules about showing ID depend on where you are. Federally, there's no law requiring you to show ID if you're doing something legal like recording, but some states have specific laws that might require it in certain situations. It's really important to understand the limits of recording in public spaces. While it's usually fine to film in public areas, places like security zones or checkpoints often have federal rules that restrict filming. Breaking those rules or interfering with security could lead to serious trouble. The key is balance. Authorities need to keep people safe while respecting your rights. Knowing the law helps you stand your ground without crossing the line.
Go away, piggy. Go away, piggy.
Once I see your ID.
Hell no, I ain't showing you shit. You wish you could, huh, Gonzalez? Look at you.
Just waiting. I got all the time in the world.
Go ahead. Sit your ass down. Have a seat, Gonzalez. Have a seat. Go ahead and lean against my vehicle right there. Go ahead and lean against my vehicle right there, man. You got permission. You got my permission. Go away, piggy.
All right, guys.
Go away, piggy. I told you, you ain't gonna get Learn the law. Learn the law.
Get off the sidewalk. What do you mean you don't, dude?
Filming in public is indeed a right protected by the First Amendment. Courts have consistently upheld this right, recognizing that taking photos and videos in public spaces is essential for free speech and press. For instance, in the case of Glick versus Kunifi, the courts affirmed people's protected right to record public officials in public places. The video you mentioned involves people asserting their right to film on a public easement. They rely on legal cases that distinguish public areas from restricted state property. Public easements are meant for everyone, including filming, and in the presence of public utilities in the area, supports this argument. However, the correctional officer's questioning of filming authorization highlights a possible misunderstanding of state policies versus public rights. While security near a correctional facility is crucial, it must not infringe upon constitutional rights. The suggestion to contact a public information officer for permission seems to conflict with broader legal permissions for public filming. Balancing security and constitutional rights is essential. The debate centers around whether the precautions suggested by the officer are reasonable or overly restrictive. The photographer's argument about jurisdiction emphasizes the legal boundary between public and state property. Public spaces enjoy broader legal protections, even though some restrictions may apply to state-owned areas. Your voice matters. Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue exploring and advocating for our rights while ensuring community safety.
Just I'm literally doing what I'm doing right now, and the way I see it, if you guys can record me in here right now, I can record you. I can record them, and I'm not. I'll let you know right now. I'm not here for personal information. I don't want to get people's personal information. Even if I did get personal information, it's not illegal. It's what I do with that personal information is where the crime comes in. But I always edit everybody's personal stuff out. If I did catch or something like that, all I want to do is take a tour of the building and yeah. Oh yeah, I know what I'm allowed to do. So.
Which I'm sure you're aware. The reason we were here is apparently you've been asked to leave and you haven't. Is that
you can't trespass me from a public building if I haven't committed a crime.
I'm saying that. I'm just telling you that's.
Yeah, he can't. He can't trespass me from a building if I haven't done anything wrong either. I have a right to be here.
I believe that. Show with respect. He's in public.
Yeah, that's correct. That's why.
Now, if he becomes abusive or yeah. You know.
Like I said, man. I mean, if you don't care, I get you want to record and stuff, but please don't record other people. I mean, just be respectful that they're around too, because they are here too.
There is no expectation of privacy in public. You do know that.
I know that. I'm just saying, but it is kind of. They're just here trying to get their stuff in.
That's fine. I mean, they're on camera anyways.
I get
my
that.
camera's no different than this camera.
No, I get that, but this is not. They don't post this stuff for them. This is just for security.
I could get these cameras if I wanted to. It's public cameras. I can request them.
Yeah, you can request them.
Hmm?
Yeah,
So while we're not telling you have to leave, but you understand how people might not want to be.
That I can understand people's feelings,
So
but
you
those
can-
are
you can understand.
yeah, those are feelings
You can
though.
understand why people might call and.
Yeah,
come down here.
I can understand that.
Okay,
So,
okay.
can I get you guys' name and badge numbers?
My name's Nutter, 138.
All right, Trumbull Foster, 121.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
This guy said I was going to be trespassed and arrested.
This is a classic example of someone standing their ground and knowing their rights while dealing with public employees and police officers. The guy was in a public building, filming in a publicly accessible area, which is completely legal. The employees didn't like it, but their feelings don't override constitutional rights. You could tell they were scrambling to find a reason to kick him out, talking about confidential information and making vague claims about trespassing. But the truth is, if they don't want sensitive info recorded, it's their job to protect it, not his job to stop filming. Then the cops showed up and you could see the shift in energy. The officers weren't aggressive, and to their credit, they didn't try to force him out. But they still tried the usual soft pressure tactics, talking about respect and how others might not want to be recorded. The thing is, public spaces don't come with privacy rights, and that's the whole point of the First Amendment, holding public officials accountable. The best part was how the auditor shut down the nonsense about trespassing. Public property means public access unless you're actually causing a disturbance or breaking a law. And filming, that's not a crime. This is why it's so important to know your rights, because if you don't, someone will try to take them away.